thank you so much for meeting with me and talking with me today.
I'm happy to do that. It's a black poodle, and her daddy was a white Maltese, so she's kind of gray.
Our dog's hair is a little bit longer. Hers is, I don't know if that's just the way my mom keeps her cut, but it's not as, hers seems like it's a little curlier.
It may be, I keep it cut pretty short because it can be kind of matty if it doesn't, if you're not careful.
Oh, I'm sure. Roll around and stuff like that.
Yep.
When I walked in, I saw a bunch of pictures of kids. Would that be your grandchildren?
That would be my grandchildren. I have 7 grandchildren. They're 4 girls and 3 boys.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
they're
a
all
handful.
adults now.
Do you have any great-grandchildren?
I do. The oldest granddaughter is 30, and she has a little boy 4. And then I have 2 more. Her sister, who is 29, has a little girl, a year and a half. A year. She hadn't had her half birthday yet.
Aww.
She's a year old. And then I have a new one who's just about a month or 6 weeks old.
That's so
And
exciting.
the 2 little ones live in Memphis.
Aw, so you don't get to see them. So is the 4-year-old here?
The
in
4-year-old's here in Jackson, and I get to keep him once a week. I have been since he was born.
Oh, wow.
And we have a big time. He's quite a challenge to me anymore because he likes me to sit in the floor and play with him. And I didn't think I could get in the floor, but it's probably good because I have learned how to get up now, and I didn't think I could do that.
Oh, I'm sure he keeps you busy up and down,
Ooh,
too.
he's busy boy. Busy boy.
Oh, that's exciting. That's fun
It's
that
fun.
you have family close.
It
And,
certainly is. It's wonderful.
do you have any other hobbies or
I
activities
do.
that you like to do?
I like to sew, and I used to knit a little bit. I don't do that much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I have done some embroidery. I like to do little hand things. That's fun for me.
That's fine. When I was younger, I sewed a little and knitted with my grandmother some, but I never really had the patience for it. I couldn't stay focused, I guess, and I'd want to be up and down and running around, and I couldn't never. I wasn't very good, so it just didn't really super interest me to stay with it.
Maybe it's time you learned again as you're an adult.
Yes.
Maybe you could go back.
I do keep a little sewing kit in my purse that I have stitched up a few things here and there, but it was not
like a ripped hem or a button off.
Yes, it wasn't a real good job either. I just did it and got it done. So it would stay
I
on.
have some old things I have saved. I treasure old things from old family members,
Mm-hmm.
and I have some pillowcases that back in the day, so I'm told, ladies sat around and did a lot of embroidery work and a lot of hand work, and so they would do embroidery work on pillowcases and sheets and things, and so I have several of those, and I have them upstairs with the intention of making little dresses out of the pillowcases just to preserve
Oh, that's really neat.
the family heirloom type thing. But we only have one little great grand girl, so maybe in the future, and one of the granddaughters has told me that make them anyway, that she hopes to have a daughter somewhere in the future. So.
Well, that's so exciting. That's really neat that you keep it from your family, incorporate it into your new family coming in.
I think that's kind of neat to be wearing. The problem is I don't know who made them. I don't know who did it. So it could be a great grandmother or a whatever. But it's neat. It was family for sure.
The family heirloom, sort of, in a way.
It was. It is an heirloom.
Hopefully it doesn't get baby food or something like that on it.
Well, that's why I'm not using them. I don't want to wear them out. And so I'm saving them for that purpose, and they can be washed. They'll be all right.
Yes.
They can be washed.
So are you big into family history? And
I'm huge into family history. I've been trying to do some real research, and it takes a lot of time. That you can get so involved that you forget the time, and it can be late at night, and you're still looking up.
Well, if you're that interested in something, nothing really matters going on around you.
That's true.
Time flies really quickly.
That's true. But I found, going way back, well, on my husband's side of the family, they have traced theirs back to the 10th century, which is a long time.
So that's
And
way
they
back.
found the home, which is in England, that the family, as far as they can trace, was
Mhm.
back then. So that's what got me keyed up and ready to do my own
Mhm.
when I found how much they found out. So I've learned some interesting things. I definitely know that my relatives have fought in the Revolutionary War.
Oh, wow.
And some in the French and Indian War, and I mean that's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago.
And I was thinking the other day, there's not many, if you, like, I guess people my great-grandfather's age or great-great-grandfather, pretty much everybody fought in a war, in some
Yes,
kind of
they
war
did.
at some point or another. And you can't really find many people older than 80 plus that haven't fought in some kind of
Well,
something
for
or
one
other.
thing, they had a draft, and everyone
Mhm.
at the age of 18 had to be.
It wasn't as
Had
voluntary.
to go. No, it was not
is
voluntary at all.
now. I couldn't.
That's just what you did when you got 18.
You got
went to
called.
war.
You got called.
You got called.
That's kind of scary.
It is.
But you mentioned sewing earlier. My grandmother actually makes for all her grandchildren when they go to college. She makes T-shirt quilts.
That's
And,
interesting.
They're pretty large in size too, and so you have a wide range of T-shirts on there. I have one since when I was about 4 years old. I wore it to bed every night, and I wore that thing down. It was so soft, and I kind of almost didn't want to put it on the T-shirt quilt because I almost made it into a pillow, but I decided it should go on there, and so I have shirts from when I was 4 to when I was in high school, and it's kind of neat to see all the memories on there. And I have my brownies little vest and badges on there, and
I've seen those before, and it kind of shows a history of who you were and where you came from, and I like them a lot.
Mm-hmm. I played soccer, and I was big into sports in high school, and I still am in college because I play intramural sports, but I have one that says Tennessee, and we won the state championship on there, and so I put that on there, and it does show your kind of, as you grew up, what you did and who you became. So I thought that was
I think that's
neat.
really neat.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she'll do one for you as you continue to grow.
Maybe. I don't know if I'll be getting as many shirts that are that cool, but maybe. I have people they do T-shirt quilts when they graduate from college, but mine would just be a bunch of sorority shirts that are all the same pretty much. They all say same letters, same AOPI stuff, same.
Well, tell me about your sorority and your college life.
I will be going into my junior year in August. So freshman year I came in and I went through recruitment, and I'm an AOPI. And actually this year I'm going to be a Gamma Chi, which is a recruitment counselor. So I'll help the girls go through recruitment and get them where they need to go throughout the week. And I thought that was kind of neat because when I went through, I know it was kind of a scary process. And so to have that person that you could look up to and say, hey, you need to be here, you need to run here, you need to,
Sounds
call me
like
in the
you'd
middle
be
of the
perfect
night.
for that job.
Well, thank you. But I stay pretty active, and with my sorority, we have events all the time, and doesn't give me. Last year I didn't get to go to as much because I started my first year of nursing school, which now I'm not. I'm changed to communication. Mm-hmm. Yes, and so studying pretty much took up my life, so I didn't get to go to as many events as I would like to. But school comes first. My parents made sure to tell me that. So, but I stay pretty active and involved in sports and stuff like that too. So
I was a surgical nurse, and that it takes some hard, deep study. Nursing is not a quickie thing that you learn quickly. It's a long study.
What made you choose surgical nursing?
It just fascinated me. I don't know why. One little part of it was that I could be off at 3 o'clock when my kids got home from school, and I could be there with them.
Yes.
When they were in school, through the day, then I could be at work, so that worked out well. But I was just fascinated by the body and the works, and how, Not many people have seen the inside of a human body.
Yeah, not many people can say that.
Not many people can say that.
Well, I've so enjoyed talking to you today, and thank you for letting me come and just chat and learn more about you and get to know you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much for choosing me.
You're welcome.